Welcome to Write Club PHX. Serious versus silly. Ilyssa Goldsmith versus India Renee. Come on, ladies. Let's roll for the final round. Miss Ilyssa Goldsmith, all with serious. Are you ready?
Always.
Write Club audience, are you ready? Here we go, Ilyssa Goldsmith with serious in 3, 2, 1, begin.
My family has a long-held history of being serious. Probably because we've had to pack our life up in bags several times. When the going got tough, we just hopped on a boat, setting our sights on brighter, distant shores. When the violent anti-Semitic words of others stung our open wounds twice over, we wrapped the festering wound and carried ourselves off to somewhere, anywhere else, where a stranger might look upon our face and see us just once for friend and not foe. We're serious about things like that. Whether the departure be from Hungary, Poland, or Russia, it's all the same. We're serious about safety. We're serious about making sure everyone at the table is fed. Have you eaten enough today, she asks. Look at you, you're scrawny. Why are your eyes ringed in shadows like the color of rising chimney smoke? What weighs down on your soul to draw your eyes down like this? Sit down at my table and I'll make you a bowl of chicken matzo ball soup, laced with stories of sadness and sweetness and lingering memories. I'll wipe your tears when the going gets tough and tell you to shut up when you need to hear it respectfully. There's no time to be silly when dealing with serious matters. I'll console you when you find out your father, son, husband will not return from the camps. That his golden matter has become gray matter because he did not matter to them, someone else, but he will always matter to us. He was never an object for use. I'll listen to you when you weep of the stories never to be told, of the lives never to grow old, of your father's extinguished candle, of the great insurmountable loss of loving faces and words you can't bear to remember and you can't bear to forget. What was once human-made, cruelly transferred into ashes and dust with one critical act of distrust, and I'll sit across from you at the table with no words, no offerings, but the serious candor in my eyes when I whisper amidst your cries, never again. Goldsmith, Goldstein, Golden Bloom, they tried to abuse like the vowels of my name could alchemize your character and teach you something special about sacrifice and suffering and being serious. My Hebrew name is Ilyana. Its translation, God has answered me. In Greek, its roots are golden, translating roughly into ray of light and gold. And after all these years, I think of all the fleeting moments stolen from my family, from me forming a golden guilt which will bear against my chest for the rest of my life. This heaviness, a matter kept in wide open rooms filled with heaps of golden hair, golden rings, gold watches, gold fillings, like my life has been a possession for someone else's use. A century of speculation imposed by anti-Semites, fascists, and fools, one after another, experimenting on the pulse points of my heritage to see if just one day they'll strike gold and be lucky. Maybe after all these years of experimenting, they'll finally understand what it means to be a Jew. My family has this game they play, where they guess who's a Jew based on their last name, Rosenblum or Rosenberg. Oh, he must be a Jew. They have this other game they play too, with more sinister intentions. When someone looks at them too long or averts their gaze, when someone smiles to them or insults them to their face, when someone slights them with their eyes or their words, they play another guessing game with unsavory, suspicious words. They must be anti-Semitic. Rough translation, they don't like me because of their prejudice against Jews. Exact translation, I've always been a stranger in a strange land which will never love me for who I am. Because you see, in every special occasion for this translation, there is a lingering loss latent within these lacerating words, a persistent sting which cannot be unearthed. It makes us play silly games to recognize what pains us after all these years. And I can't help thinking, this history existing long before me, but now of me, is dripping with a serious kind of sadness, a soft kind of sacrifice born of candor and callous words made only from genocide edged in gold, in gravestones covered in smooth cold stones, and grieving girls who will never grow old, encased in a century of names eradicated from my family tree, turned stale, like bread which did not have time to rise, and soft, like salt tears drifting down that ocean we took to safety somewhere, anywhere else. We traveled across the desert for 40 years when exiled from Egypt. When enslaved by the Pharaoh, we chose thirst over hunger to carry us home. So after all these years, when someone tells me I'm too serious, I thank them, because I don't think they really understand what it means. Thank you.
Shabam lo boy na boy, Hashem lo yishmor bigid, Shav shokat shoy mei.